Rehan, a lot of action yesterday for the IPL retentions. The biggest among those were the swap of Sanju Samson to CSK and Ravindra Jadeja and Sam Curran to Rajasthan. I won't take much time. I'll put you straight under the lights. You are a CSK fan. How hard was it? How difficult was it to watch that trade?
Indeed, very difficult, not easy because he's been a stalwart for CSK over the years and he has really been a great performer for the franchise. But see, at the end of the day, I am in terms with those decisions because of a couple of reasons, Naman, if I can be very frank, unbiased. Firstly, Jadeja is aging. He's no longer a young player in that team. His performances in the last three seasons, barring that final, have been mediocre. I mean, he's not even been a wicket taker, neither has he been a defender in terms of runs. He's gone for an economy of more than eight. With the bat, also, his position was really not fixed. The runs that he was scoring at that strike rate probably was not helping the team. Even though he is a definite great player for CSK, but I still think that they needed someone at the top of the order, uh, a s- an Indian batter who could take on the opposition. And in Sanju Samson, they have that batter. Sanju is only 30 years old, and I think they want to make him a part of a leadership group along with Rituraj Gaikwad. And it's a long term plan, Naman, because I think after these couple of seasons, if he does well, he might be one of those players who would be retained by CSK. Whereas if you look at Rajasthan, on their side of the trade, even for them, it's a good trade because they have been waiting for those all rounders to make a difference in their side
Correct,
at 6 and 7 because they really don't have a balance in their side. And Sanju basically wanted to leave.
correct.
And if you see their top three, top four, Sanju doesn't have a place in that because you have above Suryavanshi now, and they're happy having two left-handed openers at the top who are aggressive and doing well. So
Mm.
it's a good deal for both the franchises. As a CSK fan, it was tough, but I understand the logic behind it and I agree to it.
And thinking from a long-term perspective also, since this trade has been announced, I don't see MS Dhoni playing the IPL season in 27. So it becomes all the more important to have an Indian wicket keeper because you don't want to waste an overseas slot on a wicket keeper because obviously they are not great as well. Plus, Samson being a great player of spin over the years, you know that when you play at Chepauk, spin will have a command, at least 10 overs of spin. And if you have someone like a Samson batting at number 3 or 4, it becomes easier for you to dominate the match and take the match in the way you want it to pan out. So, good trade, I think, for both teams. Maybe a bit overspent for Sanju Samson from CSK side, but fine, they still enter the auction with over 40 crores and only a few gaps to fill in terms of bowling. Their bowling reserves do look blank at this moment, but knowing the CSK management, you as well would agree that they'll get a better team out of the auction than they have currently. Now let's move on from CSK and RR. Let's move on to RCB. They have released not big players, but high profile players like Liam Livingston, like Mayank Agarwal, like Lungi Nagiri and stuff. But they do have, I think their playing 11 is still quite the same and sorted. So maybe just for a couple of players here and there, they'll look to buy a few good backups because Josh Hazelwood, they although they have retained, he has quite a few injury concerns over the years, and he'll be coming off a five-test match series against England and a T20 World Cup. So you can't be 100% sure that he'll be fit for the entire IPL or not. So what do you
Right, and
expect?
also Yash Dayal has a case against him. He hasn't been playing the Delhi Premier
Correct,
League as well.
correct.
He's a part of that setup, so you don't really know what is happening with him.
Mm.
Will he be eligible to play? Also considering the fact that they'll be playing their matches at Pune. Those are the reports that are coming
Yeah,
in.
correct.
We are
Yeah.
not too sure about
Again,
it. So
similar Wankhede, kind of a similar pitch as Wankhede.
similar pitch. So they'll have to make a lineup that favors
Hmm.
the playing
Fast bowling.
conditions.
Correct.
But you put it right where it belongs. They have their lineup. that has been doing well, so they would like to continue on the same. Uh, Probably take a fast bowler as a backup for NGD, somebody who you have released. Apart from that, I think they are sorted.
And do you think that they have the team, or after the auction, since they don't have a lot of money, I'm not expecting big changes, but do you think that they can defend the title this year?
It all boils down to the performances that the players put in. If Rajat Sharma plays the way Rajat Patidar plays the way that he did, and also Jitesh had a pretty major role with the bat.
Correct.
And let us not forget the important man Virat Kohli and Krunal Pandya. I
Romario
mean, Krunal
Sheffer, Tim
Pandya,
David. Tim David is in the like form of his life at the moment. You might as well
you're
see
right,
him batting number five.
you're right, and they have been doing well. So if the team, see, I have commented on uh, the Slip Cordons Insta reel, where the best team on paper has been Mumbai Indians, but you have to play as a team and come together. And if RCB do that, if all the puzzles come together, then I think they can defend their championship for sure.
Coming to the best team on paper, Mumbai Indians. They always manage to sneak under the radar for their trade news. They have a history of quite a few good trades, Quinton de Kock, Trent Bolt. But this year as well, they managed to sneak out a person that was troubling them since the last 3 or 4 seasons. That was Arjun Tendulkar. They have traded him to Lucknow Super Giants and in return managed to get the services of Shardul Thakur. I believe if Deepak Chahar is not performing at his best, he will be swapped out with Shardul Thakur sometime during the tournament. And I hope that happens because Shardul is a way better bowler in terms of death bowling as well. You can use Trent Bolt and Jasprit Bumrah for a couple of overs each in the power play if you have Shardul Thakur for the death. So yeah, good trade. Shafin Rutherford coming back as well. Mayank Markande coming back to his debut franchisee. Not a lot of money, so left with them only 2.75 crores. So I'm not expecting the Mumbai Indians ownership to show up at the auction. But despite that, playing 13, 14, 15, whatever you want to say, is settled. Uh, do you think they are the team to beat this time around?
See, we have been saying that in last couple of seasons as well, but I'll still say that they definitely are a team to beat because you have the star power.
Correct.
When it comes to Rohit, Tilak, Hardik, Bumrah, Surya, I mean those five players in itself, if you have them in any team, it's a legend team.
Correct.
And on top of that, when you make good business, I think more than Shardul, I was very impressed with the way they got Sherfin Rutherford. Gujarat have literally gifted Sherfin Rutherford to them, is what I feel. It made no sense. Parthiv Patel connection with Mumbai Indians probably helped that. But yeah, jokes aside, he's a good batter, I feel, for Mumbai Indians because they're not able to put in Will Jacks at the
Hmm.
right place. He's been floating around in that 3-5 zone, and Tilak Verma is a complete different batter at 3 and at 5.
Correct.
So you are not able to utilize Will Jacks as such. So he's a great cover for him. And Shardul, as you rightly mentioned, is a cover for Deepak Chair, who tends to get injury during the season. So it's a good team, Mumbai Indians overall. If you look at things, even spin wise, they are quite well covered. They have
Shatner,
Gazanfar, they have Satner, they have Karan Sharma. To add on to that,
Mayank
they have
Markande.
Markande, they have Vignesh Putur as well. So I mean,
Vignesh
spin
Puthur has
seems.
been released.
Oh, Vignesh Puthur has been released. That's my bad. But I don't think Markande would get game time. But otherwise, the
Correct.
team looks pretty much sorted.
Now let's move on to the biggest releases of the year. Kolkata Knight Riders have released Venkatesh Iyer, for whom they bought for a price tag of 23.75 crores, and Andre Russell as well. He was bought for a price of around 13 to 14 crores. Both of them released. They go into the auction with a prize money of 63 crores, but this time for each team the purse is going to increase by 5 crores. So they will have 70 crores at their disposal. We both can bet that Cameron Green is gonna get 20 crores and is going to KKR. 100%.
It's going to be a tough battle between Chennai
Correct.
and KKR. That's the most likely franchise. But I think for Cameron Green, it all comes down to whether he can bowl. I mean, the
Absolutely.
problem with him is that he also gets injured quite a bit. And if I'm being very honest with you, he has played a couple of seasons in the IPL. He has done okay. I wouldn't say that he has been a standout player in the IPL, but yeah, you can have him in the top three. He is a quality bat. Just that in the IPL, he hasn't really shown his colors, although he has got 100. Okay, he has scored an IPL 100. So it will be an interesting trade war between KKR and CSK. Bigger surprise for me was letting go of Russell. I mean, it was unexpected to say the least, and it may have happened at the very last minute
Correct.
because the kind of ability that Russell brings to any team is second to none.
Hmm.
But if you look at his last three seasons, I mean, he hasn't really been a great performer for KKR. You cannot draw comparisons to Sunil Narayan. In that case, Sunil Narayan has been quite a great player for KKR in that
Agree.
aspect. Even in the championship winning team, when KKR won, Russell's contribution have been minimal. So I think it makes sense, but it was not expected from KKR. I thought he would have retired in that franchise. Bigger shock for me, Naman, was Matisha Patirana getting released.
From CSK.
I did not expect that because he's a young kid and he had a bad season last year.
But 13
CSK are
crores for him,
usually,
isn't it too much?
but you are having the risk of losing out on him
हाँ मतलब
because
चलेगा ना, नेथन एलिस तो है ही.
Nathan Ellis to hai, you are right, but it is just the sling action
Hmm.
and certain
So
aspects of a bowler that you will not get.
I read a report which said that he had some kind of an injury in his back and leg, because of which he had to tweak his bowling action, and because of which he lost his accuracy and pace. तो उसके वजह से the CSK team management thought if we release him, might as well get him back for around 7-8 crores. अगर आता है तो ठीक है, नहीं तो फिर तो कोई मिल ही जाएगा.
You are right. You are right. So they'll have to work on their bowling quite a bit,
Correct.
as you mentioned.
But similar
And of
question
course,
for, हाँ, बताओ बताओ.
yeah, similar question for KKR also. If
Yeah,
you see,
yeah.
they've released all their foreign players.
Do they buy back Venkatesh Iyer at a discounted price of 15 crores and Russell at around 9-10 crores? Or Russell, Venkatesh Iyer को तो हम सबको पता है कि they'll look to buy him back. But do they buy back Andre Russell? Important question.
I don't think. I have a feeling that they might not go for both the players.
Oh,
That is what my gut feeling says. But if you see for Venkatesh Iyer also, there will be a bidding war, is what I feel. A
14,
team like
15 crores.
Chennai could also try to get Venkatesh Iyer at this stage because see, it's important that you get a batting cover. An Indian batter who can play in your top four is a rare commodity, and he can give you a couple of overs as well on
Mhm.
a bad day.
Correct.
Last season was an absolute flop for him. If I'm being very honest, even in the domestic circuit, he hasn't played that well. So I don't know what is the logic if KKR go for him yet again. And I was sad to see actually KKR release Quinton de Kock. I
Mhm.
mean, Quinton de Kock is a quality IPL player, seasoned campaigner,
Hmm.
should have been a part of the team. But they have a strategy in place. I think they have released all their foreign players. So they want to make the change quite
Have
evident.
they
And
have they released Gurbaz as well?
they've released Gurbaz as well.
So they've got no keepers currently.
So they've got no keepers, no openers. And I
They
think
have
Rovman
openers.
Powell.
They have openers. They'll make
Ah,
Sunil
sorry,
Narayan
Sunil
open,
Narayan.
and they have Ankush Suryavanshi as well. So I think the two of them will open, and Jinx at
They
three.
Jinx at three, yeah. And I was going to make a point that they have Rovman Powell who they
Hmm.
haven't released. So I think
He'll
that
he fills the role
Russell's.
that Russell. Yeah, correct, correct.
So I think it's the end of the road for Andre Russell at
Hmm.
KKR,
No.
and it will be very funny if Russell makes his way to CSK because he doesn't really fit that persona
And he
of the
doesn't.
franchise.
I think
But
he'll go to Kings 11 Punjab Kings.
he could be in Gujarat Titans for all you know. So it's going to be very interesting because even Gujarat have some holes to fill. They don't have
Correct.
Shafin Rutherford, and it's not going to be that every season your top three are going to perform.
Hmm.
So they
Correct.
need that 4 and 5, and Tewatia and Shahrukh were not really able to score those many runs.
Tewate was not given enough opportunities because he batted at number 8. Maybe this year he can bat at number 6, but completely agree with you. Their middle order needs a rethink because they'll have Washi at number 4, definitely with the kinds of performances that he's putting. So you'll need someone, and 100%. Andre Russell at GT is a great possibility. But let's talk about the trade of Mohammad Shami from Sunrisers Hyderabad to the Lucknow Super Giants. Lucknow Super Giants, obviously, last this edition, you could see that they were struggling with their bowling. Akashdeep not available throughout the tournament. Halfway he came back. Mayank Yadav not being able to contribute that much. Awais Khan is a pathetic bowler as well. So uh, you needed some experience in the fast bowling arena. Shamar Joseph also did not turn up last year. So one experienced, not express, but yeah, definitely a better bowler than all the other possible options at LSG. Do you think that it was a win for LSG or a loss for Hyderabad?
Both actually, if you ask me, and a great win, in fact, for Lucknow. Because see, I look at it from a net perspective. My net perspective is that you gave out Shardul to
Hmm.
Mumbai for a cash deal of close to 2.53, and you brought in Shami for 10. So if you look at that net, you have actually got Shami, a premier bowler, instead of Shardul, at a lower price, somewhere close to 7 or 6. So I think that's a steal, and he's a new ball gun bowler.
Hmm.
So I think it's definitely, and for Sunrisers they'll have to look for a premier Indian fast bowler or a foreign bowler. For that matter, they have only Pat Cummins
Hmm.
as a great bowler. So it's going to be difficult, see, because the market is not very friendly
Hmm.
and the league has evolved. So even Shami agreeing to go to Lucknow speaks about the league, how it has evolved. That you are okay to go to a known franchise rather than being thrown into the auction and go somewhere else.
Correct. And with Rishabh at the helm, obviously he supports Shami a lot. So it will be an interesting thing to see. But yeah, I think those are the trades that we wanted to talk about. Any other releases or trades that you want to talk about?
I think we have covered pretty much everything, but it's great to see that the trade window was quite active.
Yep.
That again goes to show that the league has evolved so much, and going in the future, you will see teams not being emotionally invested or having that closeness with the player,
Hmm.
because eventually you may have to give out those players. But at the same time, it's important to groom Indian talent. That is the premier reason why we are looking at IPL. So
Correct.
I expect good uncapped players also in this mini auction to go to certain teams. There is Mushir Khan, there are others who
Hmm.
are a part. I'm a big fan of Harshvardhan Hangargekar, but he has not really got that game time. So
He
these
was
are
at
some few names, Naman.
he was at CSK, right?
He was, yes, and then he went to Lucknow, but
Hmm.
even there he got released. So these are the uncapped Indians. There are plenty more, and I hope in the mini auction we get to see them. It'll be great.
It's great. I think looking forward to the auction on 16th of December, a month from today. But
Just one
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yes,
DC, we just missed out on DC getting Nitesh Rana. So I think that was also
yeah,
a
good
very
trade.
smart buy.
Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with the Ashes preview. Thank you.